is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show. This
So here's the putting green. See? There you go. Got two flags. One is over there where Cutter's Edge Pro. It's not coming out now. Come on. Come on, wind. Give me a little wind. No, unfortunately. But there you go. And this one says Big O here. There you go. So there's my putting green. It's about, I would say about 25 feet, something like that. I get to practice, have a little fun. See? And then, of course, we got, you know, the bunkers. Gotta have the bunkers, man. Got all kinds of bunkers there. You know what I'm saying? So that's a taste of our backyard. There's Maiden right there. Maiden. Bono, how you doing, Bono? Bono. Bono. He's a Carolina dog, by the way. These dogs are amazing. Their temperaments are awesome. But there is the Sylvester palm, which is just beautiful. All right, call my guys, Will and Mike at Cutter's Edge Pro. They will take care of you. Dogs are not included, okay? Can't include the dogs. Those are mine. But the exceptional work, oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yes. Make your home an oasis. CuttersEdgePro.com. Go to their Instagram page, by the way, so you can see a lot of the before and after work that they do. And it is exceptional, baby. This thing's been on here for about 9 months. No grass growing through it or anything like that. Right, Bono? Huh? Bono!
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Radio Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated. They offer free 30-day storage, full service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. Statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Good morning, one and all. Hope you all are doing well. You made it to another Friday. Isn't it beautiful? Got the weekend. Got some sporting activities, a little less, of course, because we don't have a big game, no Super Bowl. But hey, man, there are good things, like the horrible InterMiami preseason is over, right? I mean, that's good, right? You know, football off season begins. That's good. We can start, to get to the first level of things, which is free agency. So that's actually really, really good. And Inter, by the way, will start their regular season, which is fantastic, instead of this crappy ass preseason that I don't know what it did except maybe burn out your players. But so So the Panthers continue. Now we could focus on the best team in town, which is the Florida Panthers. But by the way, they're the best team in the NHL. Anyway, also the Miami Heat. We have the All-Star break and all that fluff crap that happens this week, which you didn't hear me talk about anything with the NHL. I don't really care about the Pro Bowl. You didn't hear much talk about the Pro Bowl because I don't care about the Pro Bowl. And you're not going to hear me talk about much about the NBA All-Star game either. It's just these things are useless. You know, it's preseason soccer. I'm not talking preseason soccer, bro. Are you out of your mind? You know what I mean? It's like I'm not taking anything serious. I'll wait till the games actually count, and then I'll start to measure what it is, you know? So it'll be interesting now, by the way, with Inter, because they've got to make a lot of cuts. So crypto-wise, obviously, we're super strong. It is going great. I got to show you something that is kind of funny, and I saw, because I follow Michael Saylor on Twitter or X. By the way, why is it that you can still put twitter.com? What is it if it's called the X? You know what? I've never even tried. I'm going to do this right in front of you guys. X.com. Did he buy that finally? Yeah, it is there. So X.com even leads you to it. But the Twitter one is still there for people, I would imagine, like me, habitually still write Twitter. But anyway, so Michael Saylor puts out a tweet, right? And in that tweet, he puts out a picture of an article that Alicia, what is it? Shukar. I want to make sure I pronounced it right, or I think I'm pronouncing it right. Alicia Shukar. She wrote an article. It says, this was probably a while back, probably a year and a half ago, something like that, probably before December of 2022. Because that's when we started we were at the 16,000 mark. It was the lowest point. And then that's when it really started to climb, you know, and that's when we started to have the run, and we had a run throughout 23, the best asset in the world, best asset in the last 10 years is Bitcoin. It's not even close. And then obviously now in 24, everything that's gone on. So, you know, everybody's more attuned to it now. Then I had all the negative people, and I was talking up Bitcoin, right? So Saylor was buying up billions. So you read that article, and what does it say? Michael Saylor bet on Bitcoin and lost. Bet billions on Bitcoin and lost. This is a man that is now up $10 billion. I will repeat that again. This is a man that is up $10 billion. $10 billion. And the biggest players in the game are investors in his company, MicroStrategy. Okay. Now, I often tell you guys this about crypto, don't I? And Sean, you're probably my best conduit to all of this. Don't I always say that the problem is most people don't understand crypto, and the media reporting it doesn't know anything about crypto, correct? Don't I always say that, right? So, Alicia Shukar, why don't we meet Alicia Shukar? Let's meet Alicia Shukar. And I don't want to make this I'm going to bash Alicia Shukar day. I'm not doing that. But I just want you to see who wrote an article about a man that is known for investments and making a ton of money in so many other ways. But he's had the foresight ahead of most on Bitcoin. And and you know what's the beauty of Michael Saylor? He's been publicly telling you for years. He's not like keeping it behind the scenes and just telling his investors and all. No, he's been publicly, like I have for 3 years. I don't keep any secrets from you guys. Bro, I love kryptonite. Bro, I love Neutron. No, hey, listen, I love injective protocol. You know, I tell you shit that I'm investing in. I don't hide a damn thing because I put my money in it. So if you're going to do it, I want you to know that I'm going to do it too. If there's a coin I like Zeta Chain, somebody asked me about it and I like it. I'm not rich. I'm a working stiff. So I only have a little bit of money and everything, but I can't buy everything either.
So I can't get into everything. You know what I mean? So Zeta Chain is one of them. That's been good. And yeah, I love Honey, Hive Mapper. I don't have any, but I love it. I think it's fantastic. Alephia, I love it. I don't have it, But a lot of times when you hear me talk about stuff, it's most of the time the heavy stuff I talk about is what I've invested in. Sometimes you guys can ask me stuff and maybe I know it or I don't. But our problem is the media. So Elisa Shakar doesn't even work for them. She's a freelancer, a DC-based photographer, writer, educator. She works at Prism Works, co-founder, former M PhotoWorks co-director. God bless her, dude. She's a working stiff. She's got 2,400 followers. Okay, she's working her way up. So she's an expert in crypto. Does it say anywhere? So they have her writing an article at the Wall Street Journal. At the Wall Street Journal. They have her writing an article because it's FUD, because negativity sells. You guys don't want to hear about Michael Saylor up $10 billion. You want to hear him fail. You want to hear everybody else fail. You want to hear me fail. You want to whatever. People feed off of negativity, and the media knows it. They do this in sports all the time. Oh, let's go trade for Justin Fields. No, let's make a move for Baker Mayfield. Let's make a move for, what's the other quarterback that's available now? I don't know. What's another guy out there? Dump Tua. Let's go get Justin Fields. Let's go get Baker Mayfield. Let's go get whatever, I don't know, whatever other, that's what they do. Because it's like, it's the easiest fishing that there is, because the client eats it up. They love that bullshit. They love it. And they love this kind of bullshit, and I'm sure that article probably got some clicks. Why? Because now they sell you the FUD that everything is wrong and bad. And when it's not, it's completely different, but they don't want you to know that. They want to keep you stupid. They want to keep you on fiat. And these are the examples. So when I saw Michael Saylor post that today about an article making fun of him, that he bet billions and lost, which, first of all, you don't lose or win until you cash out. Again, if you're not an investor, you should not be talking about these things. Okay? Because Michael Saylor didn't sell his Bitcoin and lost. He kept buying like I did. The rest of us, the Brooklyn Robs, okay? Lisa, she's out there. I know her. I know those two specifically are just like me. Oh, 16.5. Oh, I'm buying. Oh, 20, I'm buying. Oh, 21, I'm buying. Oh, 25, I'm buying. They weren't flinching a damn bit. Neither was Michael Saylor, except Michael was buying a lot more than me and Brooklyn Rob and Lisa. Just a little bit more. But I try to guide you in this as much as possible. Listen, I get it, dude. I totally get it. I'm a big mouth sports talking dude for 34 years here in South Florida. Okay? Why the hell should I know about any of this? Right? Why should I know any about this? Why should you listen to me? So I get that at the beginning, for anybody that runs into me, bro, this guy just knows sports. Why is he going to be talking to me about, this kind of stuff? And so it's fine. It's all good. You know what I mean? Everyone else that's actually followed me, you're doing pretty well. Thank the Lord. We're lucky. Knock on 4, Mike. Here, let's knock on some wood. Everything's gone incredibly well for us. Like, incredibly well. Thank the Lord. But I got to tell you, man, it's just one of those deals where, it's, you got to watch who's talking to you in sports. I tell you all the time, right? You guys tell me, oh, they're saying this about the Dolphins. Okay, so what outlet is it? What person is it? Do they ever break any real news? Do you know them for breaking news? No. Okay, so then why are you listening to them? You know what I mean? And these are the things that we have infiltrated all over our media, and it gives you guys the misinformation. Oh, no, the Dolphins are dying to trade for Dalvin Cook. Oh, they're dying to sign for Dalvin Cook. No, they're not. No, they're not. But You go ahead and listen to them. It sells. It sells. And they're going to do the things that sell, not what's right. I'm boring. I'll do what's right. That's how I'll go about it instead. So, it's kind of what a little lesson of the day when it comes to the meteors. I mean, I've given you 1,000 of them on the football side, on the Dolphins side. I've shown you over and over and over again, tons. So on this one, just want to give you the props there, give you the info there so you can see the real bullshit that goes on at times. Jamie Zorrilla out in front of everybody in San Jose. Brooklyn Rob with his fat crypto bags. Brooklyn Rob, I heard, bought a weight belt now so he can carry around those crypto bags like the rest of us. You need a weight belt. I mean, if you're investing in the same stuff that Brooklyn Rob, myself, Lisa, I think Kyle Cockrell's in a lot of these. I think it's Kyle Cockrell, if I'm correct. Some of you are in it. You got to get a weight bag because our crypto bags are getting heavy. I'm feeling pretty good, Jamie. I think I had maybe my best night of sleeping, chest up, which is something I've never really been able to do unless I was stuck in a hospital. And so I'm trying to train my body that way. Since I have to sleep with my foot up and, keep it elevated and all. Although he says that I don't have to keep it elevated nearly as much anymore because the swelling's down a lot. So that's actually good. We've been pretty good about keeping it elevated and icing and all that kind of crap. So thank you for asking. The steroid shot yesterday eliminated all knee pain. Like I told you yesterday, I am no longer compartmentalizing doing the show with you. And in the back of my head, there's this stabbing knee pain. It's just like, woo! Man, when he stuck that needle in my knee, I was, whoa! Yeah, I think they heard me in the whole office. They definitely heard me in the whole office. And when that needle was that needle was going to cross my knee to try to get fluid, woo! That shit hurt. You see stars, dog. And then when he pulls out the big ass needle, he says, "Sorry, I couldn't get any fluid." I'm like, what? You made me see stars and you didn't get the fluid? Damn, dude. Ray Sosa in, Steven Gonzalez in, Kyle Cockrell, Jay Gelfin is in. I hope you're healing and feeling better. We're trying, my man. Thank you. Thank you. Steve Chapman. Alexis, true Finn fan. Happy fart day. Yeah, baby. Gus 1388. Luis Benito. Serving up the drinks. Omar Lopez, Tiger Shark Tony, Cosa Nostra, Joseph, Ray Grullon. Let's see what we do on free agency, then draft. Yes, sir. Lenny Pena, Brian Landis, Popeye. The party's over, Bubba. Sabres had 45 shots on Stolarz last night. Was that awesome or what? And he's the best goaltender on the road in the NHL. Did you know that? That's the other stat that came out. Like, I didn't realize that. Like, I knew he was good because he's been great, but it's like they got the what's his name? Damn it, we're out of football season. I'm already forgetting his name. The left tackle, Sean, for the Dolphins, not the starter, the backup, Kendall Lamb. So they got a guy that is equal to or better than Kendall Lamb. It's crazy. Like, Stolarz was just unstoppable, man. He's awesome, dude. That's been fantastic. Their record on the road, 19-7-2. That's why they're tied for first. They're tied for first in the NHL in the conference with 74 points. They're tied with the Bruins. Rangers are third with 73. Fourth place is the Hurricanes at 65. There's an 8-point drop-off, 9 from the Panthers, but an 8-point drop-off
from first, second, and third. Holy shit, dude. That's pretty good. Let's see. One-Eyed Jack wants to see Bitcoin hit 55. I don't know about 55 today. It could happen. It could certainly happen, dude. But a 53, maybe a 54 could be very realistic today. Very realistic. I think we've had a slow start. I think does it look like the market's opened up slow right now? Because I'm kind of getting that vibe. Yeah, 93 points down for Dow Jones, 15 points down for the S&P, and about a 1/5 of a point in the NASDAQ. All right. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay. The party's over, Bubba, Ray Sosa, Luis Benito, Popeye, Richard Mack says, great to hear you are doing much better. We're trying, my brother. It is a long process, looks like it, because I've got 4.5 more weeks of the lower leg stuff, and then I'm going to have to do something for whatever meniscus issue I have in my right knee now. But apparently that it's an old injury, or it's an old meniscus deal for a while. I did play a lot of basketball when I was young, so it looks like that's where all that wear and tear and damage is from. Probably playing a lot of ball, because the spur they removed on the top of my foot, he goes, you must have been doing a lot of jumping. And I go, well, the only thing I used to do a shit ton was play basketball every day. Every afternoon, when we're done with work, go to the park, play basketball. Done with school, go home, change, go play basketball, or football and stuff like that. But basketball was one that we played a lot in La Sabuesera in Little Havana. So that must have been where it came from. And that's decades ago, bro. Played a little competitive basketball at the boys club too. And so maybe that's where all that jumping from that, it just stuff that grows in time and wear and tear. And then later on, you're an old man. And it's like, yeah, you were using your body here for some. And so it looks like little thing in meniscus and the foot all came from probably the same crap. So I don't know. He doesn't think I may not need surgery. He says 85% normally don't. So hopefully that'll be the case. I don't need to have it removed, because then that's another pain in the ass, dude. So let's see. Angelo De Jesus, as always, I love when you guys put where you're at in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you, sir. I'm officially off the clock. There you go. Which team is more likely to go out and get Derrick Henry, in your opinion, the Ravens or the Dolphins? I don't know, my brother. I'm hoping the Dolphins get him, period. That's it. I don't know. Not sure. National Fart Day is coming soon. It should. True Fin fans should be leading the charge for that. I think it's important. It's another form of gas that we can deal in. So, no doubt. J-Mac in the house. That's a new one. Ray Varnicus. It's only a matter of time, says Ray, before the Panthers win the Stanley Cup. They've been close the last few years. Yeah, and they're getting better. They're figuring out what they have to do. Yes, I totally agree with you. I don't know about, I hope they win it. They're certainly setting themselves up in the position to win. Captain Saki is chiming in from the sponge capital of the world, Tarpon Springs, Florida. Is it really? I didn't know that. Big O, you'll be running marathons in no time. I don't know about marathons, Karun. Although, you know what? I should run those little marathons, not the 28 one. I'm not doing that psychopath stuff. But, they have those 5 mile, 5 mile ones that they have here locally. I should participate in those, man. We should get like a group of Big O show listeners to participate with us. Right? It's usually a charitable thing, and we can get people to sponsor us and all that. Like, for the cancer challenge. Maybe we got to do some of that cancer challenge stuff that some of you do out there. Lisa Rose is in the house with her fat crypto bags.
Let's see. One Eye Jack says, how low of a Bitcoin dip are you looking for to buy more? Personally, for me, I'm not buying any more Bitcoin. Right now, I'm not buying any more Bitcoin. It's too high for me at this point. I've got my Bitcoin number really low. So I'd rather, I'm kind of satisfied where I'm at with that. Personally, I'm adding more Ethereum right now, is what I'm adding, because I know what's coming, that the ETFs are coming for Ethereum. If you don't have Bitcoin, I would continue to add until the moment that it explodes and it becomes just too expensive. But if you can keep adding Bitcoin, I would add. There is going to be a sell-off, okay? There is an exchange that had some bankruptcy issues, and they have $1.5 billion in crypto. There's a portion of it that's in Bitcoin, and it's out of Grayscale. And so the Grayscale dumping has gone down to a minimum, and that's why you're seeing now it bounce back, because the outflows are done. Now the inflows are coming in, and it's 12 times the amount. The inflows from the ETFs in the United States only, not the ones in Japan and China that haven't started yet, and the ones in Europe, and we haven't even gotten to the Arab countries yet. And wait till they start getting in, because it's going to get all freaking crazy. But right now, you look at it, those outflows are done, but it could increase, to give you guys a little heads up. So if this company is cleared to, their bankruptcy deal, and they start unloading, I'm forgetting the name right now, I'm brain farting a little bit, but they're going to unload millions in Bitcoin. And when they do, I don't know how much it'll offset what's already going out, what's already going into other places, but it might lower it a little bit, not a ton. But all I would tell you is dollar cost average. If you think you're going to time the top and bottoms of markets and you're going to play that game, listen, when we were at 20 and 25 and 16, Sean, were we not hearing people call me and say, oh, no, it's going down to 8 and 10,000, right? And you kept waiting for 8 and 10, and it never happened. And so and when it got to 30, oh, no, it's going back down to 20. Did it go back down to 20? No. When it went to 35 and 4, no, it's going to go back down to 20, 25, 16. So if you're that guy or woman that keeps waiting for something to bottom out, and you're watching the rest of the world now, the most powerful and richest and smartest people are gobbling up Bitcoin like it's going out of style, like a drug now. They are gobbling that shit up. I don't think the dips anymore are going to be that bad. We're not going to have 40% corrections anymore. We just had recently an 8 or 10%, which is a minor thing in Bitcoin. That's nothing. Now, if you have one of those, that's where you buy. Like my buddy that hasn't been involved in it in a long time yet, right? But he's been out of all the people that I've actually they've taken the time to say, hey, bro, explain to me. Give me some info, because I really want to get into this. Boom, I explain it. He's caught it the best. And when it went to 38, all he did was just kept doubling up quickly. And he's a newbie. And now it's back over 53. So he's up over 30% on his Bitcoin already. And he just started. He just started when it was in the 30s. And he's already up over 30%. Forget about his neutron bag, his Pendle bag, his Pendle bag is like the rest of us. We're well over 100%. You know what I mean? But and again, when dips come, he's smart. He takes advantage of it. The stuff that I've been doing for 3 years is what he is doing now for a couple of months, and his portfolio is up like, I don't know, 60% probably. And he just got in. But you got to be smart. You've got to study. You got to believe in the product. I'll give you an example. The one guy that was worried about where are you, by the way? Where is that guy? I don't even know his name. Where are you? I want to know where Kryptonite Guy is, because Kryptonite Guy came on the chat board about a week ago and was worried about Kryptonite down to 4 cents, right? And so I told him, dude, and I thought it was in the 5, maybe very high 4.9s or something like that. And it was in 4 cent, 4.2. And I go to him, my God, what I got to do is I got to buy more now because I never bought it that low. And it was at 15 cents. So Kryptonite, by the way, is down 10% this morning, 9.53, and it's at 9.1 cents. And he was worried at 4 a week ago. But you can't panic. See, that's a gentleman that probably never did his homework. He just went along with my suggestion. And I'm not a financial advisor. I always tell you, do your own homework. Okay? But I believe in Kryptonite. I know what they're doing, and I think it's going to be a pretty good, a pretty successful, company overall. And I think my investment is going to be really successful. Okay? But he just dove in, did no homework, just took my advice clearly, right? And then he's asking me and worried why it's at 4 cents. And that's why he has no faith, because he didn't do his homework. When you do your homework and you feel it, have you seen me flinch on anything? Like you talk about Cosmos or Polygon or VeChain or whatever, not just Bitcoin. Why? Because I've studied each of these companies and what they do, and then I believe in what I invest in. And then I believe in it with conviction that I buy even more when it goes down. And that's what I did with Kryptonite. When it was down in the 4 cent area, I scooped up 4 and 4.2 cents. And now it's at 9.1. Did I not double my investment already? That's 100% right there, return in a week. And it was at 15 cents. So, but again, that gentleman was panicking. He's a newbie. And this is part of the game, but you've got to have the gumption to deal with the, some volatility. But eventually it'll go up if you're invested in the right company. That's all. So there we go. All right. Angelo De Jesus, Ray Varnicus. Okay, we got those. True FinFan, thank you for the love on the super chat, my friend. Appreciate it. I will lead the charge only if you and Sean join. I'm in the All Fart Club. I used to play a lot of basketball. Turns out jumping not so good when landing on concrete. Exactly. Yeah. I myself have had some lower back and hip issues. Yes, it was all concrete too, bro. Arbandale was a lot of concrete. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Michael Fernandez. Appreciate it. A 5K can be fun, challenging, but fun. That's the kind of stuff that I should do. 3K, 5K. I should do some of that stuff. Bend over and blow your trumpets, people. It's National Fart Day. There we go. There we go. Ocala Joe in the house. Good morning, Big O. Editorial yesterday on our criminal justice system was spot on. Thank you for all you do. Appreciate you. Thank you, Ocala Joe. Just wish we had a little bit more common sense in this world. But we seem to have just a lot of sense all over the place. Not common. Common, there's only one. And right now, he's tied up with Jennifer. Let's see. By the way, I'm a big Common fan. He is a cool dude. I like him, man. Nick is in. Jamsville, assets are the only thing people don't want to buy when they're cheap. Ha, ha, ha. Exactly. That's a good line, dude. Boy, imagine what could happen to Coinbase custodian for most ETFs, billions of dollars bought through them at, say, 50K. Then Bitcoin goes parabolic. Then Bitcoin starts to get cashed out. Could get ugly. Lofi, I'm here for you. I'm here to educate you. Okay? You notice the money coming in, Lofi? It's institutional money. Guess what happens with institutional money? It becomes foundational money. They don't move. They just add. These are rich people, Lofi. Rich people are in the game now. The retail, they will be cashing out slowly. The retail, put it this way, Lofi. You can sit in your seat in the 400 section and say, hey, yeah, I contribute a lot. And the owner's going to say, hey, thank you very much. Those schmucks don't know that what I get in the suites and in advertising, I don't give a shit about those stupid little seats. Okay? So, Lofi, what you're talking about is retail, the stupid little seats. Nobody gives a shit about them. BlackRock has just accumulated 200,000 Bitcoins. You think they're selling those Bitcoins, Lofi? Huh? You think ARK Investment is buying to then sell it? You think Michael Saylor is buying to then sell it? I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you. Okay? No. You're going to have selling, but it'll be minimal. And the drops will be minimal. We're not going to 30, 40% drops anymore because retail drove Bitcoin for 15 years. Institutional money now is going to drive Bitcoin and Ethereum. So foundationally, billions and trillions will be owned by them. And that money doesn't move. They don't go selling their Amazon stock, and they don't go selling Microsoft, and they don't do that kind of stuff, Lofi. So you couldn't be more wrong unless you're listening to some people out there like Shakur or whatever the hell her name is. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to actually look at what's going on. Institutional money is not in and out, my brother or sister. Not exactly sure, Lofi. So, you know, wrong again. And you know some crypto. You're good, but not good enough on that one. Way wrong on that one. What up, Owen Sean? I'm a corporate time-stealing weasel for this awesome show. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate you. Big O, where's a good place to play basketball? I don't know. I'll tell you when I start playing again. Because I'll start playing again. You know what? Don't play on concrete. That's what I would say. Go to a gym somewhere. Happy National Tirapeo Day, Big O and Sean. All right. Thank you, Tony. Kyle says, you are so on point with your saying about crypto. Oh, it's institutional money. They aren't selling anytime soon. No, dude. Kyle, this is why you, Lisa, Brooklyn Rob, Crypto Noob, I'm trying to remember a couple of you others that are real, like crypto people like myself, right? This is why we're doing something that maybe even Lofi, I don't know, Lofi talks enough. I would imagine that, you know, you got some investments there, but we all did something that never happens. We got in before the smart, rich, and powerful people. That never happens. They find the NVIDIAs first. That's why Pelosi and her husband get filthy rich and get all the dibs and all that on all these stock markets. All these old farts don't know crypto, so they didn't get the dibs. But you, Kyle, you, Rob, you, Lisa, myself, we took the time. We looked at it. We said, whoa, something's going on with our money. This Bitcoin thing is a better option. You know, and now the rest of the world's going to find out. They're going to find out too late. Because now the institutional money got in before them. We got in before the institutional money. So now the institutional money is going to lift us. So the institutional money is going to give us that 100-foot wave that we're going to be like this. Surfing, baby. Oh, I like that jacket. Can I have that jacket? Oh, those guys are. All right, so I'll be just like Spicoli with the two babes. One of them, by the way, is the one in the ZZ Top video, Sharp Dressed Man. I don't know if you've ever put that together, one and one together. But one of the girls with Spicoli is the girl from Sharp Dressed Man. Just so you know. Anyway, just a little nugget to throw you out there. But I will be surfing with Brooklyn Rob, with Lisa, right? With Crypto Noob, right? With Kyle Cockrell. We're going to be on top of that 100-foot wave, right? And we got all the balance and everything going on and cruising because we got institutional money carrying our ass. So it's a beautiful challenge because if you bought it, now you can wait for the real top because they're going to control it. not us. So, Lofi, you're wrong. Okay? There'll be dips like the one we just had, the 810. Yeah. People that, hey, man, they invested, let's say, 50, 100,000 at 16,000 and it goes to 70. How many times have they? Yeah, if they want it, they should cash out, dude. God bless them. The rich people, the BlackRocks and all they're not cashing out, bro. They're not cashing out. Bitcoin can be at $500,000 a coin and they're not cashing out. They're going to use it as financial power, Lofi. That's what our government should do. Our government should be collecting all the Bitcoins to then back up their reserves. Because since their money is shit, Bitcoin isn't. You need it, bro. You should have Bitcoin, gold, silver. You should have stuff like that backing up your reserves. And then your money will mean something. Now it means nothing whatsoever. You just keep printing and printing and printing. Anyway, what else do we have here? National. Oh no, you let's see. Oh, you buy MSTR stock. I don't have any stock. I don't know. Is that monster stock? Is that what that means of a show? I have no stock. I don't. If I would invest in stocks right now, the only thing I would invest in is crypto company stocks. Is the only thing I would invest in. Okay, that's probably the only thing I would do. Gus 1388. He just says, "Hey, Sailor." Sailor kicking that ass. Waiting for SHIB to hit $1. No shot. Will never happen. Will never happen. Don't. You're listening to people that are not telling you the truth. Look at the market cap. Look where it's at. Do you know how many times it has to times over to get to $1? Do you know how many? You know how much the market cap would be? It would be in the Bitcoin area or Ethereum or something. No, dude, that's not ever going to happen. It may be half a penny. That is, the tops for it, but your SHIB is, when you guys invest on meme coins, you put some money on it, but just don't actually put like real hope on it. That's like a lottery ticket. There's no, and I love SHIB. I have a little bit of SHIB. The SHIB I have left is just profits from the last go around. Okay. I got it 15 time. I got it at 0.6. It went to 0.91. Right. And many zeros behind, but still at 15 time, I got the hell out. I took out my investment. I took out profit and I left a little bit in there and I have it there. It's sitting there. Although, half of what was sitting there is gone because I converted it to Shido. And I just believe a lot more in Shido than I do in SHIB. You know what I mean? But I'm not a meme guy. I'm a real investment guy. I really look for stuff that is, it has got real world value. And that shit doesn't right now. Institutions could rug pull Coinbase and own it the next day. No, they can't, but that's all right. They can own their Bitcoin. They're not going to own anything else, my brother. You're probably listening to too many dramatic people out there, By the way, Lofi, I think you were one of those that was thinking it was going to go down to 8 or 10,000 also. You might have been one of those too. Let's see. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? We got a lot of stuff. We've done enough crypto right now. You know what I mean? But I did want to mention that because I thought it was pretty awesome. Manny Navarro will join us at the top of the hour. Let me give you our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Let's get to it. Alan Blanco and the great people at 3A Graphics, your company. Listen, you need new uniforms, maybe T-shirts for an event, an outing, whatever it is, your fantasy league, hats. Maybe you need magnets, calendars, pens, whatever it is, man. The folks at 3A Graphics can help you. They're here in Hialeah. Call Alan Blanco, man, 786-618-1443. Last night, the Panthers blanked the Sabres 4-0. They are the number one team in the Eastern Conference with 74 points. They're tied with the Bruins. That is absolutely amazing, folks. Tomorrow, They will visit the Lightning. Can't wait for that one. Verhaeghe had 2 goals yesterday in the win. Saturday, taking on BC, 4 o'clock tip. The ladies last night lost to number 19 Syracuse, 71-60. They've got FSU on Sunday at the Watsco Center at 4 o'clock. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Speaking, the Heat are off, obviously, till next week. What is it, like next Friday, I think it is, when they play next? Yes, next Friday they're in New Orleans at 8 o'clock after the All-Star break. Did you guys see the PJ Tucker story that's out there now? PJ Tucker, the former Miami Heater, right? And so PJ Tucker was a guy that was loved here. I think we all appreciated the hell out of him and loved what he did here. And then he wanted to get paid his last contract and wanted to go. And you notice the common denominator going on around lately here with all of this. So Clippers forward PJ Tucker now has been fined $75,000 by the NBA for making public trade demands. The release says the NBA announced today that the Clippers forward has been fined $75,000 by the NBA for public comments during the week of February 5th, expressing desire to be traded to another team. The 38-year-old was acquired by the Clippers in the James Harden trade on Halloween. He appeared in 12 games for Los Angeles and then was removed from the rotation, having not played since November 27th. It's not surprising that he wanted to be traded. I want to be somewhere where I'm needed, wanted, and can do it all. He was telling Mark Spears. I don't know what's going to happen, but I have my fingers crossed, and I'm hoping to go somewhere else where I can get bought out and choose where I can go and play. So on February 1st, Tucker told The Athletic's Law Murray that he was being professional while trying to get in a better situation for me personally. Asked about talking to Clippers coaches about what his role might be in Los Angeles, he said, that's something that I think would happen more down the line. We'll see what happens these next 2 weeks going into February 8th. I'll just have to figure it out from there. So then he tells Tomar Arsley of Clutch Points, I still feel like I've got a lot to contribute to the team to be able to win, whether that's here or somewhere else. I know myself, my worth. I know what I bring. I know what I've brought. I know what I can continue to bring. And with that, I want to be on a good team that I can help. Tucker said he understood there was no role for him with the Clippers at the time, and that obviously playing 0 minutes is not what he wants to do at this stage of his career. So then the trade didn't happen. Trading deadline came and went. Tucker was stuck, right, in Los Angeles. He posts, all this shit is a effing joke on his Instagram story. Chris Hayes, however, reported that he would not request a buyout. The next day, The Athletic reported that the Clippers front office believes that Tucker could still help them in the postseason since strength could be his value defending players like Nikola and Zion. So, and by the way, Tucker has an $11.5 million player option next season. Miko Hardman, it worked out well for him because he wanted to go and get money, and he did with the Jets, and it was a bad fit. He got traded back, and then he ends up winning the Super Bowl, making the game-winning catch and everything. But he realized that the greener situation wasn't greener pastures, right? And we saw Dalvin Cook. The greener situation with Gang Green was not greener pastures. And so he wanted also out and got out and went to Baltimore, and the rest is history. And, you know, it is what it is. At least he got a trip to the AFC Championship game, which good for him. But again, he wasn't necessarily a deciding factor in anything. And money isn't money isn't everything. Learn it the hard way. We all want to make money, but sometimes we have to compare the current situation we're in. And in their cases, sometimes the money isn't that much of a difference. You know what I mean? For you and I, if it's, you know, our life changing, it's different. But for them, it's not life changing because they already have money. They've already made millions. So if you make 20 here, but you're going to make 17 over there where you were happy, the $3 million, is it really worth the moving, the adjustments, and then you're not happy? Probably not. Right? If you make 1,000 a week or 900 a week, but yet where you're at is fantastic, they accommodate you, they love you, this, that, and then you go to a place that they're paying you $100 more a week, but dude, they gave you more responsibility. It's kind of a little bit disorganized. You don't have the same kind of peace of mind. Is the $100 worth it? Right? And then you have to make that decision, because that's not necessarily life-changing wealth. Could help your situation a little more, but it's not really going to, oh my God. But your peace of mind, how much more important is that? You know what I mean? That's one thing I have found doing this every day compared to the shit that I dealt with the last 10, 12 years in radio, which was terrible. I got peace of mind. You know what I mean? I get to do it my way, and I don't have to answer to anybody, and I'm really happy about that. You know, to me, that's everything. It's everything. You know, I've been through a bunch of crap, and I'm tired of the bullshit, you know, and that's why I'm really happy, extremely happy where I'm at. I could never see myself going back to radio at all. You know, the only way, and I don't think it barely even exists now. I thought about it. I just thought about it now because it's my early days. If you had a mom and pop organization owning a radio station, that's cool. You can't work for corporations. But mom and pops, they're the best, because you could just walk right into the owner's office and settle everything right away. There's no red tape. There's no red tape or any of that crap. You know what I mean? But I could never see myself doing that, because that situation doesn't exist anymore. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist because radio is pretty much dead. Peace of mind is what we're all after. I agree. You know, I bought it in '84 with Iron Maiden, but you know, you want to search for it personally. It's kind of the way it goes. Let's do this. Let's go with a little music history. Why don't we do that? Let's do that a little early on the show. How about that? There's some stuff going on, so let's have a little fun with it. Music history. We start off in 1972. On this date, Led Zeppelin made their Australian debut when they kicked off a 6-date tour. Perth fans were pretty excited to see the band. In fact, police had to battle with 500 of them who rammed the locked gates trying to get into the show. When the band played, 4,000 fans stood outside the venue just to hear the group. In 1974, Bob Dylan started a 4-week run at the number one album as the number one album charts with Planet Waves, his first number one in America. Fantastic. In 1974, but man, if you watch that We Are the World documentary that's new on Netflix, it's fantastic. It is awesome. Steven, by the way, another crypto guy too, by the way, Steven DeFelips. We love Steven. He is awesome. And Steven turned me on to it. He told me, hey man, you got to check out the We Are the World documentary on Netflix. And Bob Dylan, that must have been the most uncomfortable 8 hours of his entire life, dude. I have never seen anybody more there's only one person that would be more uncomfortable than Bob Dylan. Only one person. And it would be the Pope in a brothel. In 1974, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer were arrested while on tour in Salt Lake City. The guys decided to go for a swim in their hotel pool, naked. They were each fined $75 too. And any females involved here? I really want to go skinny dipping with you guys. Yeah, it's just not really. I did the skinny dipping thing years ago when I was in high school. Did it at Amelia Earhart, but I was with a girl. That was kind of the idea, you know. In 2005, Three Doors Down topped the charts with their third album, 17 Days. In 2005, Kid Rock was arrested for allegedly punching a DJ at a Nashville strip club. Police were called, but the singer got out of the club before they arrived. Later during that eventful night, Rock was pulled over by a police officer who got an autograph, but didn't give Rock a breath test, even though the cop smelled alcohol. The officer was later fired, and police eventually caught up to Kid Rock and booked him. He was taken to night court and released on $3,000 bail. Yep. By the way, music-wise, just to give you guys a heads up for those of you out there, you got Rod Stewart tonight in Tampa at the Hard Rock. You got Jefferson Starship at the Peabody Auditorium in Daytona. Saturday, Rod Stewart goes to Daly's Place in Jacksonville. By the way, can I get a Jacksonville update from Daly's Place? Because when I went to see Greta Van Fleet a few years back, the acoustics in that place freaking sucked. There was too much echo. Have they fixed that shit in Daly's Place with the echo? So I need a what's that called? A spy report. Who's been at Daly's Place the last few months for a concert? Be honest now, okay? Send it to me. Because, you know, one day I may have a band I like, and Daly's Place would be a place that I don't want to really go to. Let me tell you something. I'll give Daly's Place this, one of the coolest vibe venues for a concert. Okay? It's at the Jacksonville Stadium, the way they did it outside and to the stadium, but it's like kind of connected, but on the outside of the stadium, they created this venue and it's excellent. I mean, the way it's designed, whoever came up with it on their end, those people are smart on that end. But the one thing you needed to fix, if you're going to keep having concerts there, you know, a snob like me is going to pick at you for certain things. And acoustics is one that I take very seriously. And your acoustics suck, Daly's Place. So let's fix them. Or maybe you fixed them already, then congratulations. But I definitely need a spy report. Has Daly's Place fixed their acoustics? Willie Nelson Saturday will be at the Popka Auditorium in Apopka, Florida. Sunday, Willie will then smoke another doob or three and then jam at the Riverfront Park Cocoa Village in Cocoa, Florida. You can surf and watch Willie and smoke, right? Sunday, John Fogerty will be at the stage at the Cocoa Outdoors, Coconut Creek. That's a Seminole Coconut Creek, I guess. Sunday, Deadmau5 will be at the Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. And Sunday, I'm so pissed. I'm really pissed because I wanted to be at the Revolution Live on Sunday for Diggable Planets. And because of my operation, can't go, dude. Can't stand. You know what I mean? What am I going to do? Walk in there with a little machine or something? Come on, bro. You know, can't do that. All right. It's the weekend. And by the way, it's also the weekend's birthday. He's 33 years old. Elizabeth Olsen, she is 34. Ice-T is 65. Who is Girl in Red, pop singer? She's 24. I have no idea. I've never even heard of her. Girl in Red. Is that like some European act? Norwegian singer who also is known as Marie Olven. It's a fast rise to fame after her release in 2018. Okay, well, obviously it must be over there, not here. Okay, but happy birthday anyways. Let's see, what else do we have here that I know? Denzel Curry, rapper, 28. Let's see, Janice Dickinson, model, 58. Valentino Rossi, motorcycle racer, 44. I don't really know anything about motorcycle racers, but the guy's named Valentino Rossi. I just had to say it. John McEnroe is 64. Kobe White, 23, basketball player. Lupe Fiasco, we're going to kick, push, and coast. He is 41. Lisa Loring, actress, born in 58. We lost her in 2023. And those are your birthdays today. Speaking of music, props to Taylor Swift. She made a $100,000 donation, a donation for Lisa Lopez Galvan's family after the parade shooting. The parade was supposed to celebrate, of course, as you guys know, the second consecutive trip. However, in a GoFundMe campaign started by the victim's family, Swift donated $100,000 to the cause. The original goal for the GoFundMe page was $75,000, which has now passed to $176,000 with Taylor's donation and 1,400 people in total. This fund has been set to benefit the family of Lisa Lopez Galvan. Lisa was celebrating the Chiefs Super Bowl victory parade when senselessly killed. She is survived by 2 children and her husband of 22 years. She was an amazing mother, wife, daughter, sister, aunt, cousin, and friend to so many. We ask that you continue to keep her family in your prayers. We grieve her loss. I'm trying to keep it together while reading this. Travis says, I'm heartbroken over the tragedy that took place. My heart is all there with who came out to celebrate with us, and I've been affected. Casey, you mean the world to me. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to be able to keep it straight here if I keep reading this stuff. But anyway, just awesome stuff by Taylor. Obviously, her donations, then kind of like what the Bills Mafia does, that when they donate, then others start to kind of pile in and all that kind of stuff. So pretty cool to see that. And just a little positive out of something that was just absolutely tragic and disgusting. You know, that's the sad part. Where are we at right now? We are at 58. So we are close to Manny Navarro time, which is always important. Folks, we know it's also important that you know that the great people at EJD Construction can help you out, folks. Custom home construction, major home remodeling. Make sure you call my guy, Eric, at 305-433-4843. The consultation is completely free, folks. And let me tell you something. They're fully insured, liability and workers' comp. So if anything happens while they're working on your property, you will not get sued. Do not ever hire anybody to work at your home or business that isn't fully insured. Call them, 305-433-4843. Let's take a very quick break. Top of the hour here. Manny Navarro joins us in 1 minute right here to get into a little Canes where Miami Hurricanes report. And after that, I want to get into a little Dolphins talk. And Anthony Weaver is a secret weapon that you didn't know you had. Hour number 2 is next.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Canes Wear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your InterMiami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Canes Wear, the spot where InterMiami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
Righty. There you go. Where you at? Pickleball again?
I said Pickleball Fridays. You know how it is for me, man.
Okay.
Out here in Plantation Central Park. Getting ready for a tournament tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you something, just out of curiosity, because just to have a little fun with this, not that it affects the Canes or the Dolphins or anything like that, but there's so much talk with QBs and people love their QBs, right?
Yeah.
Caleb, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. Talk to me. How do you see those guys?
Well, listen, getting a chance to see Drake May in person the last couple seasons, I personally, I would probably take Drake May just because of the total package you have with him. I think of Caleb Williams, and I think his dad's been involved a lot in commentary and not wanting him to go to the right team and the wrong team rather and all that kind of jazz. I would, if I had the first overall pick, I would take Drake May. I think he's a safer bet as a pro. I think he's a complete player. I think he is a Joe Burrow type of player. Joe Burrow can make plays with his legs. Before he had those injuries, you watched him at LSU. I think Drake May is very similar to a Joe Burrow type talent. And Joe Burrow's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Caleb Williams, he's a very good player. I like a lot about him, but I just think the off the field stuff worries me. That's a concern.
Dude, you're Todd Marinovich on my ass right now. That's what you're doing. You're Todd Marinoviching me, okay? I know young people are like, well, what's Todd Marinovich? You know what I mean? We have perspective on this show. We're old.
Yes. We've been around the block a few times. We've seen this movie before.
So are you telling me Caleb Williams and his dad is like Todd Marinovich's dad that pretty much ruined that kid's career? We never really got to see what Todd could have been because of his dad.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you have meddling other people, exterior factors, right, involved in the process, it just bothers me. I just think it sets off the wrong sort of tone, knowing the Marinovich story from the past. But look, Caleb Williams is a talented guy. I think if you can get past that, he's probably an excellent pro quarterback. The problem is, some guys never get past that. Oh, we've seen it. They never get past the off the field stuff. And I'll say this for Caleb, things the tough guy going at USC this year, and it looked like guys quit around him. It looked like he didn't have the leadership skills. Drake May, on the other hand, every time I watched North Carolina play, his guys went all out for him. They really and every time I heard them talk about him, he's just one of those guys that gets the best out of his teammates. And unfortunately, just didn't have a defense. The same problem as Caleb Williams did in college. So I do like Jaden Daniels. I think he's improved a ton in the last year in his 5th, 6th year of college football. I think he'll be a good pro as well. But I don't know that he's a Lamar Jackson, MVP, anything like that. I just think he's a quality starting quarterback in the NFL. But first pick, give me Drake May.
Okay. I'm with you on the Drake May thing.
I see a lot of the guys. I haven't really, since we have two, I'm not really going to go crazy on looking at these quarterbacks. It has nothing to do with the Dolphins. But I am going to ask around a little bit just because I am intrigued, because for me, Jaden Daniels has made such a climb as of, and I know he came in with a lot of hype, and then it kind of like one of those things for him where he had a peak and a valley and now a peak again. And that's kind of the way his career has gone. But for me, Drake May has been steady.
Since day one, brother.
Yeah, and he hasn't been in the best situation always. It's solid situation, but not a great situation that he's got, dominant stuff all over him and things like that. So that, to me, that's why I think of Drake May. If you put him in the right spot, I think you're going to have a hell of a quarterback. I kind of agree with you on that one.
Yeah. I having talked to Drake and covered him a little bit in the ACC, he smells like a winner to me, an NFL guy that's going to come in and win in the league and elevate his team and elevate the players around him. And so much of that is what you need a quarterback. That's half the battle. If the rest of the team doesn't believe in the guy, or they think the guy's selfish, or they think the guy has other priorities, it doesn't work in the locker room. I don't think Drake May is going to be a problem in the locker room at all. He's going to be a benefactor.
So, by the way, going focus on the youth football team here. What's the latest on everything on the facilities and all that kind of stuff? Where are they with all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they were supposed to have broken ground here. You hear me okay?
I hear you.
Yeah. Okay, no, it made a little weird sound on my end here. I was like, what happened?
No, they're screaming and hitting rackets and all kinds of stuff over
no, none of that. None of that's going on here.
No fighting in the pickleball.
It's a very, very soft-spoken, retired rich people community. Oh, that's who I come and play with.
Safe. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. But no, with Miami's facilities, I mean, look, they're supposed to break ground. They've had other projects on campus they've been trying to finish, other buildings they've been trying to finish. But they're supposed to be breaking ground soon. The last time I spoke to someone in high administration about it, they told me that it would be happening soon. The money's secured. Everything is ready to go. It's just they're finishing other projects around campus. And once, look, they got to move a lot of things to build this thing. They got to create some room. They got to move some other things and get them in the right place. And so it's a big undertaking. It's going to take 3 to 4 years to build this forever home of football. But it's going to get there. The money, the funding is there. Everything needed is there. It's just, they just haven't officially started yet.
Latest on coaching?
Still looking for a cornerbacks coach. Mario, I try to explain this to people. Whenever anybody asks me, Mario likes the interview process, man. Like, he likes getting different dudes in the building. And part of it is picking the brain of what's going on at other schools, like finding out what's going on at this school and that school and what are they doing and what's their approach. So it's as much Mario finding out about a coach to interview him for a job as it is him investigating the other teams and sort of studying what goes on in other buildings. So that's why this stuff with him, there's no rush. Spring football doesn't start for another couple weeks. So for him, he's taking his time.
Okay. All right. Good stuff there. What are you working on in the Athletic? Because
I will.
There ain't a lot going on, bro.
No, man, it's pickleball time for Navarro. What's going on right now? I'm going to be coming out next week with look at ranking the best additions on the roster, the 10 best players that they picked up either through recruiting or the transfer portal, ranking those 10, and the same thing in terms of returning players. Who are the top guys? Who are guys that we can expect to come? So there'll be sort of those fun off-season reads when you're starving for content. Team has changed and stuff like that. So, that'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And I'm just working on other projects, man. Like a lot of recruiting stuff, and we have another project on NIL that the whole department's a part of. So, we try to. This is the time of year where we try to take our time with projects and make things quality over quantity.
All right. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. That way you can catch all his.
I can't hear you now. Hold on. Let me reset.
Can you hear me? Don't you love live? Live is beautiful. Okay, there you go. All right.
There you go. I had lost my hearing. I couldn't hear you. So.
All right. It's all good. So I said follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro.
So you can catch all his pickleball action there.
That's
and
right.
some art at the same time. And maybe a UM opinion or two. You never know. But mostly pickleball. You're going to get a lot of pickleball there. So follow him. Manny _ Navarro. Manny, as always, have a great match and weekend, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Take care.
You got
man.
it. Take it easy. I'll be there soon with him on the pickleball courts. Very soon. Very soon. I am going to get as active as I can possibly get once I fix my leg here. This out of shape shit, it's over, bro. I ain't doing it. Caneswear. Go to caneswear.com. Use our code BIG010. You can get anything with 10% off. If you go there personally and you see Brett or Jeff or anybody out there, you tell them, all right, that Big O sent you. Use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off. They got Cane stuff. They've got Heat, Marlins, Panthers, Dolphins, InterMiami, kits and messy shirts and all kinds of stuff. So go check it out, man. They got anything and everything. Go online. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff there, baby. And free shipping when you order over $99. Caneswear.com.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
All right. Let me, before I get to some stuff, let me go on the chat board here, answer any questions you guys may have. Big O, what are your thoughts on Litecoin? I'm not really much of a Litecoin guy, to be quite honest. I don't own Litecoin, and I'll use it if I have to, send some money to something or convert something. But nah, I'm not a big Litecoin fan, to be quite honest. That's all I can tell you. Their business model to me doesn't look like it's going to go through. Let me pull it up here on market cap before I get to the other questions you guys have here. It's at $69, and I don't even know if it will reach its all-time highs. This thing was at $247, and it's been for a while now. From July of 2022, it was at $53, and we're at $69. So it's up $16, and we're talking a long time. Okay, here it is, right here. July 21st, 2022. So we're talking over a year and a half now, and you've barely moved when everybody else has bounced back strong already. Litecoin has not. I'm just not a Litecoin fan. So I'm sorry. I'm not a Litecoin believer. But hey, man, you might be right. So, I'm not some kind of, guru or something, Lofi says, nope, I'm retired from investing. Oh, okay. So then you don't really know what's going on. Good morning, Big O. I wish you a good day. Blessing on a speedy recovery. Thank you, Dan B. Now we got you, Lofi. Now I got you. You're not investing. You're not really studying. You don't know shit. Peace of mind is where we're all after. Yes, sir, Chase. Juan Rosa, it was a meniscus injury I had for a long time. I don't know if I had it from playing ball and doing other monkey stuff. All right. NorCal says, March of 2025, I'll start working 100% from home. Till then, I am helping the guy that bought my shop. It's low stress and much better than a dealer job. There you go. Good for you, NorCal. You've done things the right way. Chase 1 is in. Rosendo is in. And he says, looking forward to a great President's Day weekend. Hunter Butler is asking me, how do I feel about Weaver? What Weaver is that? What Weaver are we talking about? Somebody tell me what Weaver is he asking? What is he?
Anthony Weaver.
Oh, okay. I will be talking about that in a minute. I already told you what I thought about Anthony Weaver yesterday, day before, I think it was, whatever it was. It's still there. You can go check that out, but I'm going to talk about something else about Anthony Weaver. Frankie Fresco. How dare you do that to the DJ? Screw you, Kid Rock. I would not play his music if I was that DJ. Okay, that's fine. I've only been a Daly's place for AEW. By the way, did I win on Wednesday? You guys didn't tell me if I won or lost yesterday. AEW. What happened, Sean? Did I win or lose on AEW? I didn't get a follow-up.
I quit watching AEW. I'll let Frankie answer that.
You can't even tell me if I won or lost?
I can't even I don't watch anymore. It's garbage. It's trash.
But you're lying to me because you, at least if you didn't watch, you know who won.
No, I don't, because the only stuff I heard about was Orange Cassidy. And your match wasn't Orange Cassidy. It was Copeland in there. I'm sure Copeland won. I'll do research right now and check it, but I did not watch it.
Okay. Chase won. LOL. Big O knows his music, man. I do know music, but I don't know. Pat in Nashville, I'm figuring he might know a little more than I do. Girl in Red is super talented. Light alt music. Think Japanese breakfast or Mitski. Yeah, I can't think of any of those because I don't know them either. That might be something I don't know who the hell Girl in Red is, but apparently some of you know who Girl in Red is. Yes, sir.
Frankie jumped in. Rated R superstar Edge won. Adam Copeland. So I believe you're good.
Adam Copeland won?
Yep. So you won.
You guys that keep doubting my wrestling knowledge, I mean, what's wrong with you people? You know, I don't understand it. I keep proving you wrong all the time that I have all the wrestling knowledge you can possibly need. What's wrong with you all? Rosendo says, happy birthday, Zaro Aga. He died at 170 years old. Really? Holy shit. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yes. Kelsey's not retiring. Yep. I talked about that earlier this week that I got that one wrong. I thought he got human, but the three-peat thing is too tempting. That's why Chris Jones wants to come back, too. He wants to be a part of that three-peat thing. NorCal says, speaking of fans doing big stuff, TPP has raised $65,000 for the DCC, the biggest charity in the NFL. That is awesome. Big O, your take, Big O, you're spot on. Peace of mind should be part of the thought process. Amen. I heard Jamar Fletcher changed his name to Jamar Israel. Jay Pessin says that. I have no idea. I don't know. Can you find out for us, Sean, if Jamar Fletcher changed his name to Jamar Israel? Drake May killed Arcanes. That guy is a baller. I think so. I think he's a baller. Skyler doesn't. Skyler thinks Drake May is going to be a bust. He folded against the elite defenses like Clemson both times he played them. Imagine what an NFL defense will do to him. All right. Joe Milton's red flag is being college for 6 years. Oh, you're talking about, yes, I get what you're saying. That sounded like Satan. I don't know what that means. Big O just had a guy tell me Tua is the problem and McDaniel's the next Shula. Okay, that's I'm happy for him. Big O, see you next week, says NorCal. I got a great, easy routine for you to do 20 to 60 minutes a day. You'll kick ass. Well, give it to me. Give it to me, and I'll start doing it in a couple months. Yes, sir.
Jamar Mondell Fletcher, now known as Jamar Mondell Israel, to pay homage to my maker by changing his surname to Israel, a faith-based choice that was at the center of my thoughts and who I am.
All right. That's fantastic. All right. Now we know. Good for him, man. Kyle Cockrell says Litecoin is just a Bitcoin fork. No bueno. Yeah, it's... I've never looked at Litecoin like something that you can build on. You know, I just look at, you have Litecoin, right? Not for nothing. But if I just moved all that money over to Pendle, whatever you had, you've made more than like it's like Litecoin reminds me of the guy that tells me that gold is the shit and not Bitcoin, and it's like, yo, bro, get out of the Stone Ages, dude. Get out of the Stone Ages, and that's kind of where I see Litecoin. It's just, yeah, not much of a fan there. Walking and a clean diet is the way to go. Start slow. Yeah, I have to start that way. Coach AJ, you are correct. I have to start that way because I have no choice. I have to break my leg back in again, and get it used to and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go through 6 weeks of it being in a boot right now and not putting any weight on it, so I've got to get through everything. I got to do exercises every day to move the foot and try to break up the what's that called that he says that, while it's healing, cartilage and all that kind of stuff. So I got to kind of break it up to make sure that the nerves and everything are working well and all that. So this is a process that I have to go through first, and definitely walking will be the first exercise I will be doing for a while before I start doing any kind of real crazy stuff that really forces me to, push my body, push-ups or burpees or whatever, all that crazy stuff that NorCal does, all that kind of stuff. I gotta start, I gotta start off slow to build it up so I don't, bust up my leg. So thank you for looking out, Coach AJ. Very nice of you.
Hey,
yes, sir. I'm sorry.
We have a change to the Adam Copeland match. It was actually changed to a no contest. So it was a push. It was a push on this bet.
Okay. All right. But I didn't lose, so that's good. Okay. All right. Woodson is in. Frankie says, rated R wrestler Edge won. Rated R superstar Adam Copeland. Yes, he won by DQ. Okay. Mike Gagliardo. Is it that Gagliardo? Did I get it right? Michael Gagliardo. No, Daly's Place acoustics still suck. Thank you, dude. Michael, I freaking love you, bro. If I ever run into you at a concert anywhere else, I'm buying you a freaking beer. Because you're same, you drive from Miami to Jacksonville and then have the same acoustic issues. It was just like, wow, dude. Like, don't you guys hear the echo, the bouncing? You don't want music. I'm in a studio. You don't have echo. You foam everything. You kill it. You don't want echo in music. And I don't understand why they haven't fixed that. That sucks, Michael. That sucks. Chase One says, Red Rock's my favorite venue. Santana was amazing. Yes. I saw Greta Van Fleet, and I've seen Mastodon and Les Claypool there. Primus. It was Primus, not Les Claypool, but because he was doing Primus. So Primus and Mastodon, and I've seen Greta Van Fleet there. I saw Primus and Mastodon first, and then I said I've got to come back here the next time, but I got to see a voice because I love Les Claypool, but you don't go see Les Claypool because he's a great singer. You see him because the music is super cool and his bass is the greatest bass on the planet. You know what I mean? So it's been hard for me to come to those grips as a Steve Harris fan, by the way. Really hard to come to grips with that. But I got to give Les his due. That guy is sick. But anyway, so yeah, Red Rocks, best venue out there. No doubt. Frankie says, wait, sorry, Sean. It was changed to a no contest. My apologies. Thank you. Did not want Daniel Garcia to get that L. Fun part, these same spot ETFs owners also own future ETFs might get fun. Well, if you're watching, the gold ETFs are drying up now. They're all taking out their money from the gold and they're going into Bitcoin because gold is, not the future, bro. Coach AJ got a low impact routine where I started after injury. I got you. Oh, thank you, sir. Pat in Nashville says, Sphere has ruined me for some. It's going to ruin you for sure. It's the perfect sounding venue. Yeah, you're never going to hear anything like that. Yeah. You'll be happy at MSG. You'll be happy at at the Kravis Center here in South Florida. You'll be happy at the Olympia Theater here in Miami. You'll be happy at the LA Forum. You'll be happy, certain places where the acoustics are exceptional because they really take it serious. That's one of the things I respect about Madison Square Garden. You can talk all the shit you want. Oh, being the greatest arena in the world and the most famous and all that other stuff and whatever. Go to it and you'll see that it is a well-built arena, dude. Like, it was built years ago and they really built it the right way. Lowest second floor I've ever seen in my life. They've got the acoustics set up in the roof so they can, kill the sound in that sense. So when you go to see a concert there at MSG, it's impeccable. You go to LA Forum, it is impeccable. And I can't tell you every arena is like that. Lots of arenas have their problems, have their issues, especially the farther you are from the music, the higher you are away from the music, all that kind of stuff. The acoustics change. The what's that called? The generations of it, they lose. So like when you go to the amphitheater in Palm Beach, whatever it's called, Cruzan or whatever it's called now, Sound Advice or whatever it used to be called. But you sit in the lawn, you lose a generation of sound. You lose a generation of sound. You're inside, you're going to hear it better. You're outside, you're going to hear that next generation, and it's just not going to sound the same. It's like when you're in a festival and you're not in the front group of the festival and you're in the back, the second level behind the soundboard and all that, and then they got more speakers on. That next level of music is not nearly the same as what you're hearing up front. That's kind of why I'm a total concert snob, and I try to get as close as possible because that's where you really feel the entire concert. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And, yes, Les Claypool is a beast and a half, man. Check out DDP Yoga. Okay. Oh, let me write that down. It's funny you said that, dude. That's what I was talking with my wife about. I said, when I fix this leg, we're going to start yoga. Because that's one thing I'm definitely going to start is yoga. I'm not doing this shit again where all my bones and muscles are all creaky and stiff. I'm not doing that shit anymore. I'm done. I'm going to work out like an animal. Les Claypool, way better than Chase Claypool. Yeah, I would say so. Yes, they're not even comparable right now. All your BRICS nation are buying gold like crazy. That's to back up their dollars, Lofi. You got to understand why they're doing it. They're getting away from the U.S. dollar because the U.S. dollar has been devalued so much because our last four presidents have printed $30 trillion. And our last president and this president, these two idiots combined, are going to print around $16 trillion. So they've killed the value of the American dollar, and we have so much debt that they're not buying our debt anymore. China's not buying our debt. They have the lowest amount of our debt that they've ever had, and they've been one of our biggest buyers of debt. So the BRICS nations are kind of teaming up together, and so they're also being smart, and they're buying our gold. And I don't know if you know this, Lofi, but we used to hold gold in our reserves for other countries. Some of those nations that you're talking about, guess what? They asked for their gold back about a year and a half ago or something like that. And we had to give it back to them. Obviously, it's their gold because we were keeping it for them, safe. And so now they're all building up their own reserves, and they're going to try to, because fiat currencies are dying everywhere, Lofi. There's so much more to this story. I've been telling you guys for a while now that fiat currencies are dying all over the place. Every country, pretty much, their dollar's dying. If it's in London, if it's in England or in the United States or Japan, go look at Japan. Go look at what's going on in Japan. China, they got problems, dude. Big problems, because they do all the same stupid shit with their reserves than we do. It's the wrong thing. It's the one, I liked Vivek Ramaswamy. I liked him at the beginning because he was just talking about money. And he does have the right idea where to take our dollar, right? The rest of these idiots don't. But then he went and proved that he was just one of those right-wing nutbags, and, forget about it. Any of those far right-wing or left wings, I don't want any of them. They're all a bunch of idiots. So that's what's going on. It's not, there's a lot, man. There's a lot of dominoes, Lofi, to this thing that's affecting everything. You just can't throw one thing out because there's a reason why one thing is happening, and a reason why another thing is happening, and a reason why another thing is happening. When you invest, you must study what's going on all over the world. Your finances, their finances, everything. So, that's the kind of stuff that, it's not going to get past me. Had to look up 125 tons bought by central banks. Yes, they're trying to fix their dollars. Try dancing with your wife. That will come too. But, right now I can't do it. As much fun as it is to bash all the New York teams, especially Knicks, MSG is a beautiful arena. I remember going there for a Kiss concert. Yeah, it's old. MSG Arena and Chavez Ravine, the greatest old venues in the history of the United States of America. The Orange Bowl got old and it was bad. Like most stadiums, they get old and they're bad. Go to Chavez Ravine, go to Madison Square Garden, built over 50 years ago, both, and both are a pleasure to go to walk in, to walk out of, to experience. They are impeccably clean. They are so well kept, so updated that you wouldn't even think that it's over half a century old. Treat yourself as an American to two of the greatest venues for sports, for entertainment, and for everything, the experience. Brother, I don't care if it's the experience of Madison Square Garden and then going to eat right around there, or whatever it is, dude. Or going to Chavez Ravine and going to see a game and have a Dodger dog and, just and go walk to the top of Chavez Ravine and walk all the way around, and just the images that you're seeing because you're inside a valley and you're just looking all around the beauty. I mean, it is ridiculous. Okay? So treat yourself to the greatest two venues that are over 50 years old in the United States of America. And that is Madison Square Garden and Chavez Ravine. Those are two things that are, they are precious, and they need to be maintained forever. Okay? Because when you go to Dodger Stadium and you sit there for a game and you walk out, you say, this is the most perfect baseball experience that exists on the planet. I don't care if you're a Yankee or a Red Sox or a Mariners fan or a Marlins fan or an A's fan or whatever. You all can kiss my ass, okay? All of you can kiss my ass, all right? The Dodgers by miles and miles and miles, and it's not even close. That, my friends, is what a baseball park and a baseball experience should be. And Madison Square Garden is exactly what an arena should look like inside. Holy shit. It's just perfect, dude. Really is. When things are done right, they need to be given the credit that they deserve. Caitlin Clark, Cosa Nostra, brother, she's a craze. She's the one that's starting a craze. Caitlin Clark. Logo shot. That's just that logo shot now. That's her shot now. So we know Steph Curry to shoot everything, but we don't know him for logo shot. Even though he can shoot it from logos, he can shoot it from the other side of the court probably. But Caitlin Clark, she goes, yeah, no, you all knew I was going to take a logo shot. I mean, Caitlin Clark has got a pair of balls that most men don't have. That was awesome. She scored her 3,528th point, beating Kelsey Plum. She could beat Pete Maravich's scoring record in college at 3,667. She had 49 last night. And the wherewithal that she knew she was at the record, and she took a freaking logo shot and drained the bitch right through the nets, man. I mean, it was string music. She is an absolute badass. Wow. It's just one of those athletes. It's the it factor. And she's it. You know, I used to watch Frances Savage a lot for the University of Miami back in the day. One of my favorite basketball teams down here was a women's basketball team. Of course, it's going to be the big three, and I could go back and talk about some of the Miami High teams. I could talk about all kinds of different basketball teams all throughout my 50 plus years of watching sports in this town, right? But one of the teams that I used to love to watch, none of you would ever have this on your list, would be the UM's basketball team from Fern Labate with Holly Rillinger and Vicky Plowden and Frances Savage. And Frances Savage had that it factor. Okay. She was the first woman that I saw play basketball like a guy. She had a post-up game. She had a great mid-range jumper, all of that kind. She was a force, dude. You know, I wish we had the WNBA in the days of Frances Savage. That would have been fun because Frances Savage doesn't get enough love in our town for what kind of a badass she was. And Frances, if you're watching or if somebody else that knows you is watching, I just want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you immensely, and I enjoyed watching your teams at the University of Miami, and I loved watching you play because you played with incredible heart. So I'm a guy that I have always been pro sports, period, in town. Female basketball, right? I got my souls. I always have my soul flag there, right? Although I replaced the basketball with a see it there? I replaced the basketball with a Bitcoin. That's the only thing. The Mandalorian, by the way, is right in front behind the Eiffel Tower, you know. So I covered that soul team too, right? So I've always been, you know, a guy that is, I'm not a chauvinistic asshole that just, oh, screw women basketball and all that. No, I enjoy women's basketball, man. I do. Can I tell you that I watch it religiously? No, I don't. No, I don't. But I do watch it. You know, I occasionally watch here or there, take a few minutes, watch a half or something. And I respect the shit out of her, man. She's just got all the moxie that you want from an athlete, you know, and fearless. And to see where women's basketball is, that women are shooting from that range, that's pretty freaking cool, dude. You know, one of the things I've said about women's basketball, and they're already getting there, but I wanted to do it before. And I know it would look insulting to them and all that, but I always talked about lowering the rim. You know, I've been doing sports talk for 30 years. I've been talking about lowering the rim for 30 years. And the reason why I always talked about it was because you could get the air game in there a little bit faster. And so when women start flying and start dunking, it starts to become a little bit more sexy for the average guy. You know what I mean? You've got a few that can dunk on the 10-foot rim, but man, it's just, you know, you if you lowered it maybe 8 inches or 12, maybe you got some girls with some style dunking at the same time. That would be cool because Caitlin Clark can shoot with style. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was pretty cool, dude. That was very cool last night watching Caitlin Clark do her thing. Got to give her love. Let's see. What else do we have here? Big on your opinion, what should the U.S. do besides stop printing more money to lower the debt in our country? They can't do anything. They're stuck in a rock and a hard place at this point. They're going to start printing more money now in June, by the way. You know, so it's not going to end. You know what I mean? And if Biden wins or if Trump, whichever one of these two deadbeats wins, they're going to go and print way more money again because that's the only way they know how to do it. Do they have the guts to kind of shut that down and then start building up your reserves and put the problem is that we're so in debt that in order for us to do that, we have to first get out of debt. And we're in $34 trillion of debt, dude. 34 trillion. Where are we going to get that money? By the way, Bitcoin crossed the 1 trillion mark. You know, gold is at 10. Yeah. Watch what's going to happen. So that's why you're behind. Why not get the greatest asset in the world and start adding it to your reserves? You know what our country does? We sell Bitcoin. Bunch of morons. We have they're all terrible. Democrats, Republicans, they're all terrible. And then you've got the far left and the far right. Forget it, dude. We're dead, Frankie. We're done. There's no way out. They can't agree on anything. They don't have any good plans. None of them. Not one of them. Not one of them does anything better than the other. And I laugh at each one of you that try to tell me anything because I got 8 examples on each of them to burn your ass. You know what I mean? That's why I've been pumping Bitcoin for years now and telling you it's coming. Please be prepared. Listen, I'm not a financial advisor, but you're better off having Bitcoin than you are having cash. That's all I got to say. Okay? You only lose with cash. You should convert cash to Bitcoin because there's only one that goes up and there's only one that goes down. And the one that goes down ain't Bitcoin. Bitcoin started several pennies, several zeros behind a penny. Okay, listen to me. It started like 8, 9 zeros behind a penny in value. And it's 52,000 now. You know? Ricardo Cuchican, thank you for the love on the super chat. Big O free agency begins in less than a month. When do you think the Dolphins will begin with their big decisions to clear cap space to do something? As always, thank you for the awesome program, Ricardo. We're going to start getting it now right before we get up to the league year, which is in I got to look up. Can you look up the date of the start of the league year, please? We're getting close to that point, my friend. So as we get closer, we are going to start seeing the decisions on who's staying, who's going, what contracts are going to be. I'm not so worried about the Tua one right now. It could get done early, and they could wait a little bit. It all depends, but they're going to be able to do some other things to clear up some space. But we're soon going to get into it. We're going to start getting into heavy free agent talk, and probably another week or two, I think, we'll be in heavy free agent talk. I need the date. And then after that, then starts the next stage. Once we're done with free agency and we know exactly where we're at, now we can focus with the draft, what picks you have, what players are available, what slots you filled, what do you need now, what you might be looking for, and then we can put the puzzle together. Right now is not the time to talk draft yet. Okay, let's do this in order, and let's do it organized and do it with intelligence too. That's the other thing. Yes, sir.
Looks like March 13th, the 2024 league year, and free agency signing period begin at 4 p.m. New York time.
What day?
March 13th. I don't know what day that is. I don't have the date.
All right, no, that's fine. So we're a month away. So probably in 2 more weeks, maybe those 2 weeks leading up to that, it starts to really heat up because then we'll start to hear about any conversations or no conversations, and then we start to get a better feel. Where's the progress on certain contract talks or whatever? So we're probably another 2 weeks away from all those kind of things. And remember, you can always make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And you can always make a Bitcoin donation, which we always love our Bitcoin donations, at Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. And Ocala Joe. Let me see. Thank you, Ocala Joe. Appreciate you, my man. Chiming in. Thank you, sir. On a little Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Thank you for the awesome dedication to the program, sir. I appreciate it immensely. Appreciate you, Ocala Joe. One day One day we'll run into each other there when I'm going up to Ocala. There was a bar in Ocala that was interested in bringing up the show, but they never really got too serious about it. They reached out a couple of times, but it's not an easy thing to do. So I get it. It's all good, but you never know. We are always open. And remember, if your business wants to bring our business on the road, 855-912-1056. No, I'm sorry. That used to be our text line. 786-754-4664. I don't know why that came out to my mind right away. And he's got it up there. 786-754-4664. I don't know why I said our old text line. 786-754-4664. If your business wants to be a part of our platform and help us grow, we'd always appreciate that. By the way, where's the market at right now? Dow's barely down 7 points, and the S&P is up 2.5 points, and the NASDAQ is barely up 1/10 of a point. So at least better movement there. That's good. I like that. What else do we have? Big O, the old Hollywood Sportatorium was a perfect venue to see shows. Always clean and sounded great. Just kidding. Oh, God, that barn was a dump. But it was our home. It was the only home we had, right? What up, Big O and Fins Nation? Shang Tu Sheng is in. Let's see. Lenny Pena, I'm waiting on a bar up here in Port St. Lucie to bring you guys up here. I'll be there for sure. Well, send me the bar's name and the manager and see if, show him the YouTube page and show him, tell him, give us a ring. Love to do something up there. That would be fun. What else do we have to talk about? I talked about Caitlin Clark, talked about Taylor Swift, got a little PJ Tucker in there. Did you see that Tualia Tungavailoa has not been invited to the scouting combine? Now, he's not considered like his brother was. But there's Akeem Dent, who's a decent player from FSU, was not invited. Kenandre Smith, the Penn State receiver, Blake Watson, the running back from Memphis. I saw it. It's a long list of players that weren't invited. And by the way, this happens all the time where certain guys aren't invited to the combine and they still make it to the NFL. Now, to Aaliyah, I don't know if he's ever going to make it to the NFL. I kind of would have liked to have seen him with the Canes, actually, because as a college quarterback, he's half decent. I don't know him as an NFL quarterback. I don't know about that. Don't know about that. Anyway, Anthony Weaver was introduced yesterday, and I'm impressed. Love the way he carried himself. Love the way he communicates. Love his attitude. And again, I don't foresee real problems with Anthony Weaver, to be quite honest. I didn't really have much of a problem with Josh Boyer. I didn't really have much of a problem with Bitter Fangio. And I think Weaver will do just fine. I really do. But there's other factors that I start to look at Anthony Weaver, and other factors could come into play. Okay. One, the obvious. Okay, you've weakened an AFC opponent in the Ravens. It's an opponent that you have to deal with practically every year. And if you want to be a playoff team, they're usually going to be in the playoffs because their offense is not easy to prepare for during the regular season. And they are a regular season offense. So they're going to get their wins with the style of football that they play. They won't get any championships without a quarterback that can pass, but whatever. But you weaken them a little bit, right? Because you take away a good coach. Only problem is John Harbaugh's been at this for a long time, and he's lost lots of coaches throughout his lifetime there. And why is he a great coach? Because he can build a staff and then rebuild a staff and rebuild a staff and rebuild a staff. So you might have weakened them a little bit, but not for long, because he does an excellent job of figuring out who are the next coaches to bring in. And those coaches are moving on to other places, right? Then here's the other thing. I think he coached the guy that I want in free agency, Patrick Queen. I think I told you that, right? I think I told you I want Patrick Queen, right? So Patrick Queen is available in free agency. And I don't know what kind of relationship he has with Anthony Weaver, but I hope it's a good one. And I'm hoping that he can help, lure a guy like Patrick Queen in there. Now, the other thing that I like about him is his communication skills. You need to communicate with these young people nowadays. Us older guys, you just told us shit. You ripped into us. We didn't really ask a lot. We just kind of, these are authorities. We just go by what the teacher says, the principal says, mom says, dad, coach, whatever. We were different. Most of us kind of listened to authority, not perfect, but nowadays it's a whole different ballgame. They question everything. Everything. Okay. And it just gets to a point where it's just a little too much, but whatever. And so you've got to have that kind of patience. And apparently he does. But then the next thing happened along the way that, sometimes things happen that you never expect. And while this might have been Mike McDaniel's idea, I think that as Chris Greer, Marvin Allen, Reggie McKenzie, Tom Garfinkel, and if Stephen Ross can even figure it out himself, he starts looking at Anthony Weaver and he starts saying, guy carries himself like a head coach, right? Don't you think? Doesn't he? Right? Because, we all love the jokes. We all love the fun and games with Mike McDaniel, but you got to get the results in order to keep going with the fun and games, because that's not really how it goes. And so Mike McDaniel has I already told you this throughout the last 2 months here. He has a very interesting job. He has to find a way to become a disciplined coach and a disciplined team, but by doing it with the highfalutin follies that he has going on, not with discipline and demand and respect and some intimidation or something, because that doesn't exist there, because it doesn't exist in his coaching. So because you could joke around all you want, but when you throw him a fuck, it doesn't carry as much anymore, dude. The fuck carries a lot when you're Jimmy Johnson and you're constantly intense. The fuck carries a lot when you're Don Shula and you're losing your fucking mind. So while this process is going on, I don't know, but just in one press conference, I'm looking at him going, well, that guy carries himself more like a head coach. So if Mike McDaniel can't get the team on the rails, can't get him to play discipline, can't get his offense, because he has the same problem that his buddy Shanahan has. Shanahan goes and fires the defensive coordinator. Oh, by the way, did you know Steve Wilks on third downs, he had a spy for Purdy because of what happened before when Purdy went crazy? I don't know. Sounds pretty smart to me. He said, oh, Purdy burned them. Let's make sure on these third and longs he doesn't get that opportunity. Let's not give him those lanes like they did. Steve Wilks is not a bad coach, bro. Steve Wilks got screwed in Arizona, and he got screwed here in San Francisco. And so this guy, Mike McDaniel, better figure shit out, because I just saw a guy on his staff that if that guy goes in there and starts doing the stuff that he's supposed to do, and he's been around John Harbaugh and all that kind of stuff, and he carries himself like a head coach, okay, you may have you may have just hired your replacement. Right? So I am rooting for Mike McDaniel. I like Mike McDaniel a lot, but I am not going to sit here and tell you Mike McDaniel's perfect. Brother, he is so far from a finished product, it's not even funny. He doesn't know how to call a game. He doesn't know how to handle everything in a game. He doesn't know how to manage a game. He can't win challenges. Okay? And I'm sorry, his team is just as undisciplined as it gets. Now, there's a good chance that if Mike McDaniel fails, everybody's gone. That's probably the reality of it all. Okay? But I'm just saying, the way I saw Anthony Weaver carry himself, he carries himself like a head coach. Okay? So he may not be one here. He might be someone, if he has success here, they might take him somewhere else and somebody gives him a job. But all I'm saying is, if Mike McDaniel's not doing the job and he can't get his team to be disciplined and he can't play and he can't coach his offense to be, responsible, we got issues. We got problems. I'm telling you, we got problems. So this is one that I'm looking at Anthony Weaver. I'm saying there's a lot of good things there. And then I'm saying, wow, this guy carries himself like a head coach. Not that he'll end up one here. Probably not, because if Mike fails, everything's gone. But if everything's kind of close and they think this tweak might be the tweak, crazier things have happened in this world. Okay? So Anthony Weaver could be a lot more than a defensive coordinator. He might be a great recruiting tool for Patrick Queen. He might be a guy that you helped weaken the Ravens just for a little bit for 1 year. Maybe not. And by some crazy ass thing down the line, if this Mike McDaniel experiment does not get better and does not work, you might see a lot more of Anthony Weaver. By the way, Cutter's Edge Pro, proud sponsor of our program. We love William Quigley and the great people at Cutter's Edge Pro. They know how to get it done. They've been at this for a long time, dude. They've got over 70 trucks. Listen, I've told you before, you see the videos all the time, the stuff they did at our house. It's amazing. And it's all there in place, looking great, growing strong. Our trees are taller than ever, providing more shade, which is a beautiful thing. We can actually hang out in our backyard on a hot day because you stand under the Sylvester palm and it's like 20 degrees cooler. Please call the people at Cutter's Edge Pro. It will make a huge difference in your life. This is the time now you want to call before hurricane season, before all of that. Get the plants in there, get them all growing and in prepared for you, and then create that oasis, man. Get some shade in your backyard for you and the dogs. And by the way, if you own dogs like we do, tell you, artificial turf is the greatest invention of mankind. It is absolutely awesome, and it's been there for nearly 2 years. Not one blade of grass ever grew through it. Why? Because it's done the right way, folks. Call the great people at Cutter's Edge Pro. William Quigley and folks have been at this for a long time. Go to their Instagram page. You'll be impressed. 954-472-0622, cuttersedgepro.com. All right. Harbaugh did say that Weaver will make a great head coach one day. I agree. He carries himself like one. John Padilla is checking in with everybody. Lenny Pena is in. Why Omar Kelly not coming on your show or Pooh Part? We missed them. Do you watch the show? I've talked about this over and over again, bro. I'm just tired of repeating. So watch the show more, dude. Woodson, you mean Mahomes? I don't know what that means. It would be our luck that McDaniel gets fired after this year. He and Weaver leaves. Weaver becomes a head coach and both become rock star head coaches elsewhere. That would be very Dolphins. Did you all know that Jacksonville is the largest city in Florida? Yeah, because it's so spread out, right? Is that the deal with Jacksonville? Like it's not the largest in population, but in the metro area of it, yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah. Well, so is Tampa St. Pete. Tampa St. Pete is enormous if you choose to use it as one area. You know what I mean? Now, if you use only Tampa or St. Pete, then it kind of changes. It's a whole Miami-Fort Lauderdale thing, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, but Jacksonville is a large, spread out. It's just they don't have the population. That's the only thing. That's where the West Coast and down here in the South Florida area, we obviously beat them when it comes to population. What else? Artificial turf sounds good. Oh, but what if the dogs take a crap on it? No, it's not a problem. It's really easy. Just scoop it up and put it away. It actually, it's so easy to maintain. You spray a little bit, a little water, nothing. It's really easy. So, but if you're lazy, Shang Tu, then it's not good for you. If you're a lazy person, that's that won't work out for you, my man. And Bitcoin is still at 52,000, by the way. Ethereum is back under 2,800. It's at 2,789. So all of it should be popping back very soon. What else do we have? Oh, did you guys see? One more thing that I wanted to add. This is freaking hilarious. I saw this today, and it's something that you guys should check out. So banks are pushing the SEC to change accounting rules to make it easier and cheaper for banks to hold digital assets like Bitcoin for their customers. Which, by the way, folks, don't have anybody control your crypto. You control it. It says powerful interest groups are pushing the Securities and Exchange Commission to tweak accounting guidance that makes it more expensive for U.S. banks to hold digital assets for their customers. The regulators, it's already facing pressure from both Democrats and Republicans in Congress to repeal the guidance. The Trade Group Coalition, which includes the Bank Policy Institutes, the American Bankers Association, the Securities Industry, Financial Markets Association, Financial Services Forum, issued a letter to the SEC on Wednesday seeking certain changes. This is why I told you 2 to 3 years ago that banks would be closing down. And sure enough, over the last year, that's exactly what's happened. And more are coming. More are coming because it's the only way. That's what's wrong with our system. And now they know that the dollar's dying, and so now they want a hold of crypto. First, they laugh at you, right? And they make fun of you, right? Then they fight you, and then they join you. It's all the same shit, dude. So, for those of you that don't believe, just look around what's going on, dude. Just look around. Be smart. Look at what the rich and smart people are doing. That's all you need to know. All right. Any other breaking news before I go off the air here? I don't think I see anything earth-shattering. You guys got any last and final questions before the weekend starts for me? Send them in. What if the dog has diarrhea? Oh, that's actually my favorite. It's my favorite. My plants get healthier. So I scoop up the diarrhea with a scooper, like the thing, and then I pour it into my plants, and then I water it, and then I water the area where they did it, and it all filters out. That's it. Every 3 months, we treat it with you water it down with a treatment that kills bacteria. So that way the dogs are all good. But you got to make sure you water that area. So you grab your hose and you water down. Once you scoop that up, what I do is what am I going to do? Get rid of that? Throw that crap away? No, dude. I put it into the plants. It's fertilizer. And so then I water it right into the plants. And then I water down the spot, and boom, and that's it. So I add fertilizer and I add dog fertilizer to my plants. So, you got to be smart, bro. It's like I watched this company that has a whole bunch of Bitcoin mining miners, right? These machines they're miners, and it creates and generates a lot of heat. So what they do is they use that heat to grow tulips. So it's a double company. So the excess energy that they're wasting, they don't waste it. They use the heat to grow tulips. It's pretty cool. So the excess stuff that my dogs may drop, it can help my plants grow, because that's what it is. And if you watch all our plants, they're exploding. So you got to be smart. I'd rather scoop up the poop than have my dogs eating something from outside. Or, oh, yeah, no, dude. Yeah, my dogs never go outside. No. We're in a controlled environment, baby. No. It's their germs. It's their everything. That's it. That's all. And all you got to do is have responsible people that care for your dogs to clean after your dogs. That's all. No big deal. Yeah. No. So artificial turf is the greatest invention of mankind. You're never cutting the grass. You're never watering the grass. So you're saving hundreds and thousands in the long run, right? And especially if you live in South Florida, 10 to 14 days, you got to be cutting the grass, right? And so I'm like, what do you do, Sean? What, every 2 weeks you guys are cutting the grass? Right? At least, right?
During the winter months, usually about every 3 weeks, but during the summer and the rain, every 10 to 14 days.
Exactly. He's right. Even 10 days, 10, 14 during the summer. When it starts raining, it's a pain in the ass. You cut the grass, the next day it's already growing. You're like, what the hell, dude? You know what I mean? So that saves you money in the long run. So I'm telling you, it's the greatest, dude. It is so awesome. Let's see. Big O, very surprised that they haven't had in the current Heat Arena an All-Star weekend. Yeah, no. I got tickets to the last one, the one in 1989, 90 or whatever. I was at that. If you had to guess, what would you say the Heat end up as in the seeding at the end of the regular season? I'm going to say 5. I'd love to be a little bit more positive and say 4, because if they can play this kind of basketball permanently, but Jimmy Butler, bro, like I know he's your savior in the playoffs, but during the regular season, he's, so, I hope he comes back and he kind of plays the way he's been playing the last couple of games and they play more of what we just saw in the last 2 games, because that's really what the basketball is like in today's NBA. And you've got to adjust to life, man. Life adjusts for all of us. That's kind of part of the game. If you don't adjust, man, you stay behind. That's a big problem, man. Got to adjust. By the way, I just saw this, a music festival, and it is called Fools in Love. Okay, it's at SoFi Stadium, Hollywood Park grounds at SoFi Stadium, and that'll be Saturday, August 31st. That is my date of birth. I got to the party. No, I did the Smurf. Anyway, August 31st. Okay, Fools in Love. Listen to this shit. This is real. Lionel Richie will headline. This is the Friday day or the Sunday? Let me see. Well, I would imagine that they're going in order by Friday. Friday, you know what? Let me go backwards. Friday, Dionne Warwick, The Emotions, The Whispers, The Spinners, War, The Jacksons, The OJs, The Animals, Eric Burden, by the way, Shaka Khan, Isley Brothers, Gladys Knight, Charlie Wilson, Santana, Al Green, Niles Rogers, Diana Ross, Lionel Richie. That's Friday. Saturday, the McArmleys, I have no idea. The Yesterdays, Lady Ray, Bobby Orza, L.A. Lam, Outcones. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people here that I don't know on this one. But let me go to what I do know. The Shylights, the Manhattans, the Stylistics, the Delphonics, Aaron Frazier, Duran Jones, Mayor Hawthorne, the Sacred Souls, Barbara Mason, Bretton Wood, Duran Jones and the Indicators, and Smokey Robinson. That's Saturday. Sunday, Pointer Sisters, Evelyn Champagne King, Mary Jane Girls, woo, Trenier, Con Funk Shun, Daz Band, Let's whip it, baby. Let's whip it all night. SOS Band, Just Be Good to Me. Shalimar, oh, Dancing in Those Sheets. Cameo, The Barkays, Heat Wave. Heat Wave, a soulful group written by a white guy. Did you guys know that? Heat Wave are all brothers singing, and there's one white dude, and he's the guy that wrote all the music. That's awesome. Anyway, The Time with Morris Day, Rolls Royce, Stevie B, Kool and the Gang, Zapp, and George Clinton in Parliament. God, I want to go. I want to go to that. That is awesome. Holy moly. Like, wow. That is fun right there. That's a lot of music. You know, there's some bands that they won't even have some of their originals, but there's a lot that are there that are still originals. And all those names in one weekend? Are you out of your mind? That's actually really freaking cool, dude. You get to reminisce all that great music. Damn. That's a really killer concert to go to. I got to tell you, man. That would bring back some memories. Man, I'm making love to my wife every night after each of those shows. Every night. I mean, if you're not in the mood after you're done with those shows, there's something wrong with you. Damn. How long do you see in the future will the Super Bowl become a President's Day event? Oh, I don't know. I've never even thought of that, Rosendo. But, you know, once we get to 20 weeks, all is possible. It's possible for them to reach 5, especially if the Sixers and Bucks continue to collapse. Now, they haven't been playing well lately. I think the Bucks lost yesterday again. Let's see. Oh, it was MicroStrategy from earlier. Okay. MicroStrategy. Okay, I got you. Patrick Queen, age 24. Yes, sir. 100% Anthony Weaver head coach vibes. Flores with class and kindness. Yeah. I like that. Dude. I like that. Flores with class and kindness. All I can tell you is Jimmy Garoppolo suspended for 2 games for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing substance. Okay, yes, that was funny. Yeah, Sean, what you got?
I was going to say he took a prescription drug but didn't turn in the proper paperwork to the NFL. That's what the gist of it, because I read it. And then also the Raiders are probably going to release him, which I think everybody probably knows.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they did better with the O'Connell kid. Aiden O'Connell. He actually surprised them. Anyway, you think Dame and the Bucks isn't fit after? No, I think they'll figure stuff out, and they got enough talent there, bro. Will they win a title? I don't know about that. But they should play better, dude. They got enough talent there. I mean, I'm not a Doc fan, but geez, what would make you want to hire Doc? I don't get it, bro. I really like. All right, go ahead, knock yourselves out if that's what you want to do. You know, I appreciate all of you out there as always. We thank Manny Navarro. We thank Sean Stanley, the man, the myth, the legend that masters this entire platform every single day, and we thank him for that. We will see you all on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a blessed weekend out there. And make sure you stay safe. Love you all out there. Appreciate it. Don't forget, you can make a donation while you're listening to the show anytime, day or night. And send in your questions or comments, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. You all be good out there. Much love.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.